Hey everybody, this is Brett from Dad Bod Fitness. Changing the name of the channel a little bit from Reacts and Reviews just to Fitness. I feel like this will give me a lot more of a chance to kind of hit different areas. Physical fitness, mental fitness, things like that. Still do some reactions, some reviews when time is right, but right now I want to kind of focus on the mental fitness aspect. If you saw my last video, you kind of saw where I was coming from with that. I was mostly honest in the video, but I left a lot of it out. Now, I do want to give a disclaimer. I don't have a psychology degree, psychiatry degree. I have a sociology degree. That doesn't by any means make me an expert. But what I do have that I hope can help is experience. Experience with the struggle, experience with the pain, and I hope that can help relate to at least one of you. My goal with the mental health videos is to kind of get my story out there, but more so that hopefully some of you can relate. This is difficult for me, puts me in a very vulnerable spot. I have a lot of family and friends and colleagues that may be watching these videos, probably a whole lot more of them than I do strangers. But my main goal with this is if I can just help one of you, then that is what I'm looking for. Just know that you have people that you can talk to, anybody you can find that you trust, anybody that can help you before you get to the edge of that cliff and you don't get the time to turn around. Don't want to elaborate on that too much right now, but we all know kind of where I'm going with that. In my last video, you saw that my AFN interview, I talked a lot about the miscarriage and how that put me in that spot. And I definitely did, but that was a pile-on to a lot of other things that had added on up to that point. Fortunately, it did get me the help I needed, or drove me to get the help I needed, but what I'd like to do now is kind of give you a little more of the background into what pushed me to that point where I needed to talk to my wife and ultimately seek outside help, seek some mental health professionalism. One of the big ones is during that time I had a falling out with a very important, very close family member of mine. I'm definitely not gonna name that person or anything right now, but it was a couple-year battle that really ate at me. During that time I missed out on things with them. My children missed out on things with that individual and their family. And it was just a very difficult time. And well, fortunately, we've been able to make up since then and things are great. I love this person dearly. It still caused a couple years of time that we will never get back. And that truly put me in a bad spot mentally. Definitely added to it all, like I said. And if that person's watching this and knows who they are, know that I love you very much, and definitely not finger pointing. I take the vast majority of the blame for that. So just know that I love you. Another big issue at the time, and still to this day, is pain. A lot of us go through pain. Different types for different people. We've all had accidents in our past. We've all had injuries in our past, and some of them linger. During that time when I was also getting help for mental health, I had 2 different shoulder surgeries a year apart. Had a lot of shoulder pain leading up to that. Fortunately, the second one definitely helped. But I've also had back pain for as long as I can remember. I know back pain is something that a lot of us have, so I'm definitely not trying to cry wolf on that one. My back pain is no better or no worse than anybody else's. It's my back pain, and it definitely doesn't help, but it does add to the mental issues when you have something else to think about that takes your mind away from what you really should be thinking about. This one hits a little bit harder. I was Air Force, for those of you that don't know. Spent 20 years in, very proud of it. During that time in basically all of 2013, I deployed to Afghanistan. It was an amazing time. I got to train the Afghan Air Force, got to create and develop great relationships, gave myself a completely different understanding of the people that were there, their motives and everything. They were wonderful people. There was a couple issues we had, but I won't dive into that too much now. But something that hit me with that is, one, I miss my family. My children were about 2 years old at the time. My wife was still active duty. And more importantly, I decided to add another 6 months to my assignment, to my deployment, so that I could be there a year. What I told myself at the time, and tried to convince myself of, is that extra 6 months was to make sure I could get a short tour. And I thought that short tour would keep me from having to leave my family again for a long time. The more I've thought about it over the years, I think I was scared. I was scared to be a father, scared to go back and wonder if they'll remember who I am. I was just scared. More scared of what happened when I got back than anything that would happen and did happen while I was there. But fortunately, during that time, my amazing wife, she took great care of my children. Somehow she was active duty, and during that year she potty trained 2 kids, boy-girl twins. So by the time they were 2.5, they were both potty trained. She just did an amazing job with them, and I couldn't be more grateful for what she's done for them and for me in my life. So thank you, Leslie, if you do watch this. I do appreciate everything you do. So that's just kind of a rundown of what led me to that point in my life. There's much more after, and like I said, this makes me very vulnerable, but if I can bring myself to it, maybe I'll make another couple of these. But why am I doing this in the first place? Why am I putting myself out there? Because I hope it helps somebody. I hope hearing my story, whether you think that it's inconsequential, whether you think it's the worst thing you've ever heard, it's my story and you have yours. If you have your story and you need help, seek it. Talk to a friend, talk to a family member, talk to a mentor, a colleague, anybody you trust. If you want to talk to somebody that you just don't know and you just need to vent, talk to me. I don't know how private messaging works on YouTube. I have no idea, but I will put my personal email down below in the description section. Reach out. If one of you reaches out, if 10 of you reach out, if one day somehow this video gets a lot of viewers and a whole lot of people reach out, I will reach out back to every single one of you. Like I said, I don't care if it's 1, I don't care if it's 1,000. I will reach out to all of you because I want to be there for you like I had people there for me. If you know me or not, obviously don't feel like you have to, don't feel comfortable, don't reach out. But if you have any inkling that I may be able to help, like I said, I don't have any professional advice, but I do have experience and I do care. Whether I know you or not, I care about you. So please, 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 please reach out. The biggest thing I want to do is not only for myself, as I still continue the struggle, I want to keep any of you I can, and hopefully these videos help, from crossing that line where you can't come back. So with that said, let's keep ourselves from crossing that line together. I greatly, greatly appreciate it if you've made it this far. As I've said before, I don't care about likes, comments, subscriptions. I care about you, I care about me, I care about my family and friends. If you want to subscribe, that way you know if I have more of these videos coming. They're not all going to be sad. I'm going to have fun videos again. I'm going to have some review videos, but right now I got a lot going on, and I want to kind of put myself out there a little bit to get it out. But anyway, like I said, if you've made it this far, thank you. I appreciate you, and again, I care. If you need to reach out, if you know how to private message in YouTube, go ahead, and if you don't, my email will be down below. Thank you very much.